Hey everyone! Welcome back to English Word Nerds. I'm Lila.
And I'm Kai. We're so glad you're here with us. In this episode, bored or boring? Tiny difference, big social danger.
And this reminds me of a terrible, terrible date.
With you, terrible can mean anything from bad coffee to emotional collapse. Go on.
No, this one really hurt. So, like a few years ago, I was on a date with this guy who looked very confident, very polished, very sure of himself. And in the first 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, he said, "Don't worry, I'm very interesting."
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
That sentence already has smoke coming out of it.
I know. And I remember just smiling and thinking, well, now I'm nervous. Then he started talking about his gym routine, his supplements, his watch, his ex, his app idea.
Oh God.
Also his sleep schedule, his morning philosophy. 40 minutes, no questions, not even one.
So wait, the conversation was boring?
Yes, very, very boring.
And you were bored.
So bored. But I was trying to be polite, so I kept nodding like some kind of tired museum employee,
Yes, sir. This is still your face. This is still your story.
Right? And then he stopped, looked at me very seriously, and said, "I'm not making this up. You're very quiet. Are you shy? Or are you just amazed by me?"
That is shocking.
Thank you. It was shocking. And I was shocked.
And also, a little fascinating? In a terrible way?
Yes, like a small social disaster happening live in front of me. And then a waiter dropped a spoon behind him, and he jumped like the building was under attack.
Wait, so the reaction was surprising?
And I was surprised. Then he smiled and said, "People usually find me very relaxing."
No. Not relaxing, confusing.
So confusing. The whole evening was confusing. I was confused, tired, slightly hungry, spiritually done.
Okay, wait. This is such a perfect English lesson.
I hate that you're right.
Because that whole story is full of these little adjective pairs, right? Boring, bored. Shocking, shocked. Surprising, surprised. Confusing, confused.
And this is the problem, isn't it? Learners hear both forms, they kind of know both forms, but then in real life, one tiny mistake and everything changes.
Everything. You want to say, "I'm bored," and instead you say, "I'm boring." And suddenly, you're not describing your feeling. You're describing yourself as the reason other people suffer.
Which, on a date, is not ideal.
Not ideal in class either. Not ideal at work. Not ideal anywhere, really.
So today, we're fixing that. Once and for all.
Yeah, we're talking about ED and ING adjectives. Shocked and shocking. Interested and interesting. Bored and boring.
We're going to make this simple, practical, memorable, and very, very usable.
Guys, if you're listening right now and this topic has always felt kind of slippery, stay with us. By the end, you should feel a lot calmer with it.
And less embarrassed by your old mistakes.
Or at least you'll use better English while you remember them.
True. Okay, so before we go into the big idea, can we stay with the date disaster for 1 second?
Sure.
Because I think this is how many learners experience the problem. They know the words, they've seen them, but when they speak, they choose from the wrong point of view.
Yes, that's the real problem. It's not, "I've never seen this word in my life." It's more I know both forms, but when I open my mouth, I choose the wrong side.
The wrong side. That's good.
So let's take your date. The conversation was boring. That means the conversation created boredom, right?
Yeah, it gave boredom.
And you were bored. You felt that boredom.
Okay, so one side is the thing that creates the feeling, and the other side is the person who feels it.
There it is. Very simple. But let's not make it too abstract too fast.
Yes, please. Hold my hand. Give me the baby version first.
Gladly. Start with the sentence everybody knows. The movie is boring. I am bored.
The movie is boring. I am bored.
Good. The movie gives the feeling. You get the feeling.
So boring goes out, bored comes in.
Nice. Say that again. I like that.
Boring goes out, bored comes in.
That's very good. That sticks. Another one. The news was shocking. We were shocked.
The news caused the shock. We felt the shock.
Yes. One more. The book is interesting. I'm interested in the book.
Ah, that one's useful because the preposition changes, right? Interested in.
It does, and we'll come back to that. But first, feel the basic difference. Interesting gives interest. Interested feels interest.
Okay, can I test it?
Always.
My commute this morning was exhausting, so now I'm exhausted.
Perfect.
This message from my boss is confusing, and now I'm confused.
Also perfect.
My neighbor's dog is annoying, and I'm annoyed.
You're living beautifully today.
I'm living truthfully today.
And that's the key, right? Real life is full of these. Work, messages, deadlines, family dinners, long meetings, weird dates, delayed trains.
And coffee. Please include coffee.
Fine. This coffee is disappointing.
And I am disappointed.
There you go.
Finally, a grammar topic that respects my emotional reality.
Now, there's another learner problem here.
The one where Ed looks like past tense?
Yes, this confuses people a lot. They see bored, interested, shocked, embarrassed, and their brains like past, finished, yesterday.
But in these sentences, it's not past tense.
Right, it's an adjective. I am bored is present, right now. This lesson is boring is also present, right now.
Okay, that's really important. Because I think some learners secretly feel like this rule is about time.
And it isn't, not here. We're not talking about when something happened. We're talking about who causes the feeling and who feels it.
So if you're listening right now, this may help. Don't ask, is this past? Ask, who is creating the feeling and who is feeling it?
Beautiful. That question will save you again and again.
Okay, give me the first strong contrast. The one learners should really remember.
The classic one. I'm boring versus I'm bored.
Ah, yes, the dangerous twins.
Very dangerous. I'm bored means I feel no interest. This situation is not giving me enough energy or attention. I'm boring means I make other people feel bored.
So if I say, I'm boring in this meeting, I'm saying I am the problem.
Yes, you are the source of the suffering.
Brutal.
But memorable.
It's very memorable indeed. So maybe the clean line is, if you say I'm boring, you are the problem. If you say I'm bored, the situation is the problem.
That is such a good memory line.
And also a little healing, honestly.
We do what we can.
Can we do a few more of those? The very clear, almost painful contrasts?
Yes, he is interesting. I am interested.
So he creates interest. I feel interest.
The instructions are confusing. I'm confused.
The instructions produce confusion. I receive confusion like an unwanted package.
The game is exciting. The kids are excited.
The game sends excitement out. The kids catch it.
Nice. You just created another metaphor.
Did I?
Yes, and I think people will like this one too. The ing word throws the feeling. The ed word catches it.
So boring throws boredom. Bored catches boredom. Shocking throws shock. Shocked catches shock.
Interesting throws interest. Interested catches interest.
Though catches interest sounds a little like a butterfly net.
True. Maybe for interest, it's more like it wakes up inside you?
That's lovely. And more human.
Still, the basic movement is useful. Outward and inward.
You know what? I want one strong picture. One really simple picture.
Okay, here's my favorite. ing is the sun. ed is the person in the sun.
Oh, I like that.
The ing sun gives heat. The person feels heat.
So, boring is the sun. It sends boredom out.
And bored is the person standing in that boredom sun.
A terrible vacation, but yes.
Some more. Shocking is the sun. Shocked is the person in the sun. Interesting is the sun. Interested is the person in the sun.
If you're listening right now, pause for 1 second and try that picture. The thing sends the feeling out. The person stands in it and feels it.
And that's the whole engine, really.
Okay, now let me ask the practical learner question. Are ing adjectives only for things?
It can feel like that at first. Because you often see ing with things, situations, news, films, messages, conversations, and behavior. A boring meeting, an exciting trip, a shocking email, a confusing form.
But not only.
Not only. A person can also be ing if that person causes the reaction.
He is boring.
Yes, she is interesting.
His joke was embarrassing.
Right. His behavior was annoying.
So ing is not for things only. It means causing that reaction.
That line matters a lot because many students learn a rough rule like ing for things, ed for people, and then later English just breaks that rule in front of them.
Which is, honestly, very English.
Fair.
So the stronger rule is, ing means causing the feeling. ed means feeling it.
Yes, that's cleaner.
Okay, can we go into the preposition part? Because I feel like this is one of those secret doors.
It is, and once you notice it, it helps a lot. Look at these. I was shocked by the news. I'm bored by this lecture. I'm interested in history. I'm worried about the exam.
So after the ed adjective, we often get a little window into what caused the feeling or where the feeling goes.
Beautifully said. Yeah, with shocked by, bored by, annoyed by, and confused by, the preposition often shows the cause. What caused this feeling?
I'm bored by the lecture. The lecture caused it.
Yes, I'm shocked by the news. The news caused it.
But interested in feels slightly different.
It does, because interest is more like your attention goes toward something. I'm interested in history. My mind goes there. My curiosity goes there.
I like that. It's not a rock hitting me. It's my attention moving toward something.
Right, and that's why these little patterns help. They make the hidden relationship clearer.
So if I say the topic is interesting, that names the source. If I say I'm interested in the topic, that names the direction of my attention.
Yes, that is such a useful pair.
Give us a few more examples like this, please. The kind that almost teach themselves.
Sure, the lecture was boring. The students were bored by the lecture.
Clear.
The news was shocking. Everyone was shocked by the news.
Clear.
The instructions were confusing. I was confused by the instructions.
Painfully clear.
The game was exciting. The kids were excited about the game.
Nice.
The idea was interesting. I was interested in the idea.
I love that repeating pattern. It makes the logic visible.
That's why repetition helps here, not boring repetition.
I see what you did there.
Helpful repetition.
Moving on. Can I bring in one more real-life story?
Please do.
Okay. This actually happened to me. One Friday, I was at home, already tired, still answering work messages, and then Noah sent me a text. Just 4 words. Can we talk later?
Oh no.
Exactly. No emoji, no context, nothing. Just that.
The message was scary.
And I was instantly scared. Then, of course, my brain went completely wild.
As brains do.
Oh, yes. In 5 minutes, I had already imagined 3 disasters. Maybe he was upset. Maybe I'd forgotten something important. Maybe I'd said something weird and didn't notice.
So the silence became worrying.
Exactly. And I got more and more worried. Then I checked my phone again. Still nothing. At that point, the whole situation became really annoying.
And now you're annoyed.
Very annoyed. Also embarrassed because I could feel myself becoming dramatic.
Go on.
Then, an hour later, Noah finally replied, "Should we invite Mia on Sunday, or do you want a quiet evening?"
That's it?
That was it. The message was harmless. My reaction was exhausting. And by the end, I was deeply embarrassed by my own imagination.
That is such a good example. The message was worrying. You were worried. The waiting was annoying, so you were annoyed. And then the whole thing was embarrassing.
Very real. Home life gives us good examples too. The baby was exhausting. The parents were exhausted. The traffic was frustrating. We were frustrated. The train delay was annoying. Everyone on the platform looked annoyed.
And also work. Endless material. The meeting was boring. Half the team looked bored. The deadline is stressful. Everyone is stressed. The email was surprising. My manager was surprised by it.
Wait, can I ask something slightly annoying?
That usually means it's a good question.
Why do some people say stressed, but stressful? Not stressing?
Good ear. English doesn't always use one perfect pair every time. We often say stressed and stressful, tired and tiring, relaxed and relaxing, frightened and frightening. The core idea is still similar. One form causes the feeling, the other feels it. But the shapes can change a little.
So the bigger pattern still helps, even if the forms aren't all twins.
Yes, very much so.
Also, thank you for not turning this into a giant grammar forest.
I'm trying to keep the path visible.
Please keep it visible. I scare easily.
Speaking of scared, there's another useful pair, scary and scared.
Oh, that one's good for everyday English.
That film is scary. My little brother is scared. Or like, the dog looked scary, but the dog was actually scared too.
That's cute and tragic.
English often is.
Now, share your teacher story with us. The classroom one.
Oh yeah, this happened once in class. I asked a student how his new office job was going.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, very seriously, "The people are nice, the coffee is good, but I'm a little boring there."
No.
The whole class went silent for like 1 second. You know that little classroom silence where everybody's brain arrives at the same place together?
Yes, the shared mental gasp.
Then people started laughing. Not in a cruel way, more in a this is too perfect way. And I said, "Do you mean you're bored there? Or do you mean the whole office becomes less fun when you arrive?"
That is such a good teacher line.
He looked at me for 1 second, then started laughing and said, "No, no, no, I'm bored. I'm not a workplace disaster."
Good. Good to know.
Then he added, "The training videos are very boring. I am bored by them. The coffee is the only exciting thing there."
Honestly, iconic.
And the class remembered it immediately.
Fellow language learners, if you're listening right now and you've made this mistake too, truly, you are not alone. We have all said things in another language that came out a little wrong, a little strange, or accidentally dramatic.
And that's not failure. That's learning in public.
Which is brave, by the way.
Very brave.
Okay, it's time to do a mini game. I say a sentence, you fix it if needed.
Let's go.
I'm very interesting in psychology.
Close, but no. I'm very interested in psychology. If you say, "I'm interesting," you mean other people find you interesting.
Which, to be fair, I hope they do. But that's not the meaning I wanted.
Right. Next.
My boss was very shocked by my presentation, so I think it went well.
Dangerous. Shocked may be good or bad, but often it sounds strong and surprising. If you mean your boss liked it, better say, "My boss was very impressed by my presentation."
Good point. So not every ED word is emotionally neutral.
Yes, the meaning still matters. We're not just learning shapes, we're learning real feelings.
The exam was very stressed.
No, the exam was very stressful, or I was very stressed about the exam.
I felt so relaxing after my shower.
I felt so relaxed after my shower. The shower was relaxing.
My friend is bored, so I think she needs a holiday.
Perfect.
My friend is boring, so I think she needs a personality transplant.
Harsh, but grammatically clean.
Thank you. Grammar first, kindness later.
That is not our brand, though.
True. Warmth first, grammar second. Then coffee.
Better.
Can we do one more thing before the big reveal? I want to name the emotional difference. Because these words feel social. They live in stories.
Yes, that's a lovely way to say it. These aren't like dry grammar museum pieces. They live in dates, texts, meetings, films, train stations, dinner tables.
In your body.
Yes, you feel them. You use them when life affects you.
And that's probably why the mistakes feel so painful. Because when I say I'm boring instead of I'm bored, I'm not just missing a grammar point. I'm accidentally saying the wrong thing about myself.
That's a huge insight. The grammatical mistake changes the story.
Oof, yes. It changes the story.
And that brings us to the bigger pattern. Ready?
Ready.
English uses these adjectives to show two sides of one situation.
There it is.
One side is the source, the cause, the thing that creates the feeling.
The meeting, the message, the film, the date, the person's behavior.
The other side is the receiver, result, the person or animal that feels that reaction.
So this is why English has these pairs. It's an efficient way to show both sides.
Yes, the source and the receiver, the cause and the result.
The thing gives the feeling, the person gets the feeling.
That may be the simplest version of all.
And if you need the tiny version, the pocket version, The emergency version?
ing gives, ed gets.
That's so good.
And remember, this is not about time. Just because ed looks like the past, that doesn't mean it is past here.
I am bored can be right now.
This lesson is boring can also be right now.
So ask the better question. Not, is this past, but who's causing the feeling and who's feeling it?
Yes.
I think we should recap with a few very clean pairs.
Let's do it. The movie is boring. I am bored.
The news was shocking. We were shocked.
The book is interesting. I'm interested in it.
The instructions are confusing. She's confused by them.
The trip is exciting. The kids are excited about it.
His joke was embarrassing. He looked embarrassed.
And one more important reminder. ing is not only for things.
Right. A person can be boring, interesting, annoying, embarrassing.
Because ing means causing that reaction.
Not thing only. Causing the reaction.
Good.
Friends, here's your practical question. Think about your day so far. Was there one thing that was boring, confusing, annoying, exciting, or surprising?
And how did you feel? Bored? Confused? Annoyed? Excited? Or surprised?
Write one sentence in the comments with both sides.
For example, my bus ride was boring, so I felt bored. Or, the message was surprising, so I was surprised.
Or, if you want drama, the date was confusing, and I was confused.
We support educational honesty.
We do. And if this episode helped, follow the show, subscribe, send it to a friend who's ever said, "I'm very interesting," when they meant something else.
Or keep it for yourself, quietly, with dignity.
We'll be back with another episode to make English feel less messy and more yours.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.